Hi, this is Gaurav Pandey, and you are watching me on the FilmiBeat. So I had tested for Dangal for the narrator's character was played by Apar Shakti. He's also a very good friend. I was like, oh yaar, ye ek to Amir Khan and then you got Nitesh Tiwari. So I really wanted to work with both of them. And then he did Chichore. This is what the film Tumse Na Ho Payega is also about. You know, there will be people who will be saying, hey, you know what, तेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा. Oh यार, तू इसके लिए नहीं बना. Oh यार, बड़े-बड़े लोग हैं जो कर लेंगे, तू नहीं कर पाएगा. किसी भी बिजनेस में आप जाओ तो जिस बिजनेस में अगर मान लो मेरा बिजनेस था, मेरे पापा फर्नीचर बनाते हैं, you know, we've all seen her legendary performances, say in कभी खुशी कभी गम, कुछ कुछ होता है, and so many other films. क्या करूँ हाय, कुछ कुछ होता है. You know, making both the Dulhanias, you know, Hamti Sharma की दुल्हनिया and बद्रीनाथ की दुल्हनिया, and I think at some point third will happen.
और जब भी कुछ अलग करने जाओ तो सब यही कहते हैं.
Hi guys, welcome to FilmiBeat and you know हमें हमेशा लोग कहते हैं कि तुमसे ना हो पाएगा, but today I am with an actor जिनसे हो पाया है और क्या हुआ है. I mean, he has been impressing us with his each and every project, and today I am here with Gaurav Pandey, who has been recently seen in a movie called तुमसे ना हो पाएगा. But मैं बता रहा हूँ, मैं पिक्चर देखी है, इन्होंने तो बहुत बढ़िया एक्टिंग किया, तो इनसे तो हो गया है.
Thank you, Murtaza. Thank you so much, yaar. So glad to be on the show, man.
So first of all, I would like to start by asking you this, Gaurav. How has been the response for तुमसे ना हो पाएगा?
So far, I mean, people who've seen the trailers and like the first looks, and a lot of people have seen the first screening and the second screening. Everyone's been loving it, which is great. They've loved the performances. They've loved how the story is. They've really related with it. They've connected with all the characters. So I'm just glad so far the reviews have been good, and I hope it stays like that with the audiences. I hope they connect also, and I hope they like the film too. I'll only know once the film is out, brother.
Right. You know, of course, I would like to ask you this. This movie talks about, you know, taking risk in life, doing a startup and everything. Do you think as an actor, when you also started, that was a risk that you took?
I did. You know, in my case, the situation was that my father is, he's a businessman. He's created his own legacy and has really like championed through all challenges and made a company. It's a very big company right now. So naturally, you know, us being the kids, the natural progression is कि चलो भाई legacy को forward करेंगे, जो business है उसी को आगे बढ़ाएंगे.
Right.
तो वैसा भी कुछ प्लान तो वैसा ही था, मतलब कुछ ऐसा प्लान नहीं था कि I will become an actor unless and until I turned 18, 19 when I said 18 साल का हो गया, मुझे लगा कि मुझे कुछ क्रिएटिव करना चाहिए क्योंकि मैं ये कॉमर्स के लिए बना नहीं हूँ, मुझे ऐसा लगा. तो I decided, I Skype called my parents from States. I was studying in a boarding school and I Skype called them and I said कि पापा मुझे ये करना है. And you know, surprisingly, he was very supportive. Unlike how you show in the film.
Yeah.
You know, he was very supportive and he said, you know, जो तुम्हें उस समय हमने 3 Idiots भी देखी थी, मेरी फेवरेट फिल्म है. तो मेरे पापा की भी फेवरेट फिल्म उस समय बन गई थी. उन्होंने बोला था कि यार ये जो बच्चों को जो मन में आता है ना वो करना चाहिए. मैंने कहा this is the right time, Gaurav. Just ask him and tell him that you want to do it and just come to Mumbai. So I was sent to Mumbai right away.
Yeah.
And I've been here since then. It's been 15, 16 years now. I'm still trying to make a name, trying to crack some good roles, trying to showcase my talent somehow. So yeah, that's where we are at right now, man.
Right. You know, this movie is of course produced by Nitesh Tiwari sir. He has also written it.
Yes.
He hasn't directed it, but of course, was there any kind of you know, meeting with him? How was it to meet with him? He has made some amazing movies. So how was that thing to meet with him and discuss? Did you meet him? Had any discussions?
Yes. So can I tell you a really interesting thing? So I had tested for Dangal. For the narrator's character was played by Apar Shakti. He's also a very good friend.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it. I was like, oh yaar, ye ek to Amir Khan and then you got Nitesh Tiwari. So I really wanted to work with both of them. And then he did Chichore, for which the casting was happening. They were about to start the shoot, and I got to know about it. And they're like an ensemble. There's so many people involved. I called my friend Fatima Sanashe, who's also like who did Dangal.
Yeah.
So I said कि यार नितेश सर ऐसा कुछ फिल्म बना रहे हैं, तुझे पता है, तो भाई मेरा यार कुछ करा है यार तू फातिमा. She's like, yeah, bro, I think they've done the casting, everything is done. I don't think you got any space left for. I'm like, shit. So I couldn't get that also.
Yeah.
And I had tested for Fadu, another Ashwini
Yeah,
ma'am
Ashwini
show
ma'am
that
show,
came
yeah.
out
Yeah.
somewhere. And I was really excited that I'm gonna probably do it, but that didn't happen for whatever reasons. And I was like, yeah, एक बारी तो काम करना है सर के साथ, एक बारी तो काम करना है. Right away, within like a couple of months, I got this film.
Yeah.
And I got to know that he has written it. So I was like,
Yes.
finally I get to work with Nitesh sir. And I always wanted to work with him because
Yeah.
I've always like connected with the kind of things that he does,
Yes,
especially things like Dangal and Chichore. You know, it's very close to me because you have somewhere either gone through things like that or seen things like that, especially in Chichore.
Yeah.
You know, it talks about a very important major things that happens in today's society, you know, how people react to it. So yeah, man, I'm really glad and grateful that I'm working with him, and hope I work on many such and better projects with him. I hope he directs me also someday. Just fingers crossed.
क्या हुआ?
Better? Okay.
You know, you started with, of course, Humpty, and then, of course, you did other projects, Flying Jet and all. And in between, I could see that there was like a 2 years gap that you took. Was it like you were not getting good films? You were becoming choosy? What was the reason for that 2 years gap? I think the web series happened, First Say Fantasy, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
yes.
But there was a gap. I could see that.
Yes.
Why was that gap there?
You know, it's a mix of both, as you said.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting work, and whatever little I was getting, I wasn't connecting with it somehow. You know, either it wasn't happening. I couldn't I really need to connect with the kind of, you know, projects that come on my way and the kind of characters. You'll be surprised. I've said no to some really big projects. I've said no to a lot of money also that was given to me for say a project.
Yeah.
But it's very important for me to also connect with it. Ultimately, I'm not here only to earn or do all kinds of jobs, you know, even though, you know, job is important and I respect my job. It's not like I don't have respect for it, but I also have respect for what I want to do, like my passion, like the things that I connect with. I think is very important for me. So yeah, it's a mix of both, man. I also wasn't being offered much. Whatever I was being offered, most of it I choose not to do it, and some of it I did, and I've really liked it, and you have seen it also. So yeah.
Yes. You know, I would also like to know that a lot of actors who don't have a filmy family background have spoken about this, that, you know, they were about to do any project, but then there was a star kid who was taken up. Did you face any such things?
Multiple
in this
times, but that's
struggle?
okay. Multiple times, that's okay. You know, see that the thing is that's not the issue.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, it's my life where I have to face all kinds of challenges and champion through it and keep at it. This is what the film Tumse Na Ho Payega is
Yeah.
also about. You know, there will be people who will be saying, hey, you know what, तेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा. Oh यार, तू इसके लिए नहीं बना. Oh यार, बड़े बड़े लोग हैं जो कर लेंगे, तू नहीं कर पाएगा. तेरे तक बात पहुंचेगी नहीं, उससे पहले ही किसी और को मिल जाएगा.
True.
You know, all of that has happened so many times, and which is what we talk about in our films also. And we also talk about, you know, no matter what people have to say, all you've got to do is you got to be at it, put in all the efforts, do your hard work, have some kind of discipline, ritualistic discipline every day, and just be at it. And someday that circle will complete, and that particular thing will show. It'll be fruitful. I think that's what the film is about. That's what I, you know, kind of go by.
Yeah.
It's always a learning. It's always a process. There's so many circles to go through in life until you complete the biggest circle, which is the life itself. And yeah, man, I mean, I've had these things happen to me, but it's only natural. किसी भी बिजनेस में आप जाओ तो जिस बिजनेस में, अगर मान लो मेरा बिजनेस था, मेरे पापा फर्नीचर बनाते हैं, अब वो चाहते हैं कि यार मैं रिटायर होऊंगा, मैं बूढ़ा हो जाऊंगा, तो कोई तो संभालेगा उसे. किसी बाहर के बंदे को तो हम दे नहीं देंगे, हम किसी अपने ही बंदे को देंगे, क्योंकि हमारे भी खर्चा चलते रहे और सारे काम. सो नेचुरली एवरीवन's gonna think like that. So I really don't have any problems. The problem I have is with me not being able to get back at it the next day. You know, so it's all on me. मैं जितने एफर्ट्स डालूंगा, जितना लगे रहूंगा, कहीं ना कहीं तो कुछ ना कुछ खुल के आएगा. He is what I believe in.
Correct. You know, of course, earlier this year, we saw you in the trial. Amazing performance. Oh, like you were like kind of, I would say, opposite Kajol ma'am, like एक kind of जुगलबंदी चल रही थी. I would like to know when, of course, that project happened. You have, of course, worked with stars like Alia and Varun, but they were very relatively new when you worked with them.
Absolutely.
But then there is
Yeah.
a Kajol who has been in this industry for like more than 30 years now.
Yeah.
How was it to stand next to her and perform? Were you nervous or something like that?
No, in the first few hours, I was just pinching myself, like, Gaurav, calm down. Gaurav, calm down. Yes, it's Kajol, and you'll be working with her, but you gotta give it your best. And the thing is, with her, it was almost like she comes in like she has this really childlike energy where she's so like she's nothing less than magic, man. Yeah. She will come into a room and be like, "Hey, let's do this, guys!" And even our director, Supur Verma, on the trial they're all very like similar, you know. तो जब हम वहाँ पर आए मुझे लगा कि यार मैं I can really like relax and be free and perform.
Yes.
Because I've got so much support from such seniors, you know. And you've always like, as growing up as teenagers, I've watched her in so many films.
Yeah.
And you know, we've all seen her legendary performances, say in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and so many other films. So it was a dream come true, yaar. Nothing less than that. And I hope we do the second season also, और वो मामला आगे बढ़े और थोड़ा सा और इसको और experience ले.
मेरा next question वही होने वाला था. Because I mean, I know that the show received mixed response, but of course it has grabbed everyone's attention. So I want to know कि क्या season 2 की बात हुई है, कुछ हुआ है, आपको बताया गया है कुछ?
देखो, जो ओरिजिनल शो है The Good Wife, जिसपे बेस्ड है कहीं ना कहीं, तो उसके तो काफी सीजन्स आए हैं, तो मैं वहीं से गेस कर रहा हूँ कि सेकंड आ जाएगा. Now I hope second जल्दी आए, तो कर लेंगे यार अच्छे से, and I'm sure it'll be as amazing or even better than the first shooting experience, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward, man. I have my fingers crossed. I hope the second season happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I think one thing that everyone is also waiting for is that Dulhania 3. Do you think that makers should make it its time now?
See, it's had a great fan following, and Shashank Khaitan, the director, he's really put in his life into it.
Yeah.
You know, making both the Dulhanias, you know, Humpty Sharma ki Dulhania and Badrinath ki Dulhania. And I think at some point third will happen. I have a very strong feeling that it will happen. No one else but Karan will be like, hey, you know what, let's make this. Let's make the third part because people are waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
So I think it will happen.
Yeah, because you know.
When will it happen? I have no idea, Murtuza, but it will happen is what I have a gut feeling about.
Yeah, because it's not. I know, of course, everyone, Varia, Varun, and Alia fans are crazy, but it's a kind of, you know, the friends bond that was shown in the movie. Everything was like not just the love story, but even that friendship bond that you had. It was very nicely shown.
Yeah. We just had to see. The thing is, that's what happens. No, when you're on a film, and even before the film starts, when you connect with people, it will be portrayed during the shoot, and therefore when the end product comes out.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what happened on Humpty. This is what happened on the trial. This is what happened on Tumse Na Ho Payega also, which you'll be watching. So I think जब ऐसा करो तो कहीं ना कहीं वो connection आपको दिख जाता है. Audience भी बोलती है कि हाँ यार थोड़ा कुछ तो मजा आया यार.
Correct. So, you know, lastly, before I wrap up this Q&A, I want to know what's happening next. Tumse Na Ho Payega, so of course it's going to come on Disney Plus Hotstar. People are going to watch it and love your performance. As I said that I love your performance.
I hope they do, fingers crossed.
So, what's happening next after that now?
I am shooting for a film. I can't tell you much about it, but I'll be shooting in December, November, October, December, November. I'm booked through all these coming months. We don't know the title as yet, so I can't really tell you anything about it. I also did a Hollywood Indo-American film that just came out a few days back in North America itself because it was for E! Entertainment, so it just came out. So yeah, hopefully more such things happen, man, and I'm looking forward to more future projects.
Oh, the movie that you're doing, you can't reveal any detail.
Nothing, man, because मुझे कुछ ज़्यादा पता ही नहीं है ना. अभी मैंने sign भी नहीं किया contract.
अच्छा.
It should happen in a day or two. I've been busy with the release of this film, so हाँ.
Right.